Ferrari. The name itself just brings up these images of perfect engineering, incredible engines, and, well, automotive perfection. But what happens when that idea of perfection gets threatened by one tiny flaw? We're about to dive into a recent recall that shows even a supercar worth nearly $500,000 is really only as strong as its weakest part.
So the story kicks off with three words you never, ever want to hear as a car owner. Do not drive. Yeah, this isn't some friendly suggestion. This is Ferrari sending out an urgent alert to a few brand new owners, basically saying the problem is so bad, the car isn't even safe to start.
So what's the big danger here? Well, the official notice from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, the NHTSA, lays it out, and it is chilling. We're talking about an oil leak right next to a combustible source. And trust me, a Ferrari engine is pretty much one giant, very hot, combustible source. This massively increases the risk of a fire. I mean, a truly catastrophic failure. But you have to wonder, how does this even happen in one of the most carefully built cars in the world? Well, the investigation found a culprit that is, honestly, surprisingly simple for such a huge risk. Let's trace this whole problem right back to where it started. The issue isn't some complicated computer system or a fancy new material failing. Nope. This is a good old-fashioned mechanical problem, and it's located deep inside the heart of the car's powerhouse of a hybrid V6 engine. Okay, so here's how it all breaks down mechanically. You've got the turbocharger, which gets incredibly hot when the car is running. To keep it cool and lubricated, it needs a steady flow of oil, which comes through this high-pressure oil feed pipe. Now, that whole connection is held in place by just one single nut. And according to Ferrari, that one nut wasn't tightened to the right spec back at the factory. Just one tiny little mistake in tightening, and suddenly you've got a high-pressure oil leak spraying right next to a red, hot turbo. Not good. All right, so we've got the what and the why figured out. But now, who's actually affected? Well, it turns out this recall is incredibly specific, and it targets some of Ferrari's newest and, frankly, most exciting models. The cars at risk are the brand new 2025 models of the Ferrari 296 GTS, that's the convertible, and the 296 GTB, the coupe. I mean, these are cutting-edge hybrid supercars. They are literally the future of the Ferrari brand. So here's the million-dollar question, or I guess the $400,000 question. With a company that makes thousands of cars every year, you'd think this would affect a pretty big batch, right? Maybe a few hundred. So just how many of these incredible machines are basically ticking time bombs? 6. That's it. Just 6 cars. This massive do not drive warning, this serious fire risk, this whole federal recall, it all comes down to only 6 individual vehicles. The sheer scale of the response compared to how few cars are affected really shows you just how seriously Ferrari is taking the situation. With the stakes being this high, even for just 6 cars, you know the response has to be fast and decisive. So what's the plan? What is Ferrari telling these 6 owners, and how are they going to make it right? The entire process is being officially documented under Ferrari's own internal code, Recall RC93. This is the official playbook they're using to make sure every single one of these 6 cars is made perfectly safe. The solution itself is just as simple as the problem was. Step 1, and they are being very clear about this, do not drive the car, period. Step 2, Ferrari is going to arrange to have the car inspected. They'll check the tightness of that one specific nut, and if it's not right, they'll retighten it to the exact specification. And of course, step 3, the whole repair is completely free of charge. So here's the entire situation in one quick snapshot. You've got the official NHTSA recall number. The part identified is the engine. The potential number of units affected is 6. And the remedy is simple. Verify and retighten that nut with absolutely no cost to the owner. And just to close the loop on this, official letters are scheduled to be mailed out to the owners around December 20th, 2025, just to formalize the whole process. Although, let's be honest, with only 6 owners to contact, I've got a feeling they've probably already gotten a phone call. So what can we really take away from all this? I mean, this isn't just a story about a loose nut. It's a bigger story about how fragile mechanical perfection can be, and what that says about a brand that's built its entire reputation on that very idea. The contrast here is just stark. On one side, you have the machine, this masterpiece of modern engineering with thousands of parts all working together in perfect harmony. And on the other side, you have the flaw, a single, simple human error. It's a powerful reminder that in a super complex system, every single detail matters.
And that really leaves us with one final thought. For a brand like Ferrari, their reputation is everything. It's built on this myth of flawless performance. A single loose nut doesn't just create a fire risk, it actually challenges that entire myth. It makes you ask, in this crazy pursuit of perfection, is the biggest risk not some complex system failure, but the one simple human mistake that we forgot to double check? Really makes you wonder what the true cost of perfection really is.